I am being joined right now via Skype by former NFL defensive back Mr. Ray Austin, co-founder of the new fan-controlled football league. What's up, Ray? Welcome to the program.
Joe, man, what's going on, man? Thank you for having me on this awesome day today, bro.
No, the pleasure is all mine, and I'm very happy to see that you played for the Tuna for my hometown New York Jets in the year 1997. That was a oh boy, that last game in Detroit was a heartbreaker, dude.
Oh, you had to bring that one up too. You know what's so funny, man? I was just showing somebody, a friend of mine's, Barry Sanders' all-time moves and all this, and it was a great little YouTube video. You should check it out. But in the actual playoff game, it was 3rd and 9, and we were in a dime coverage, and they did a draw. And man, I was one of the guys that missed him, man. And I
join the club, bro.
I'm on this highlight, man.
Nothing to be ashamed about. A lot of guys miss Barry Sanders, one of the best running backs of all time, and smooth as silk. Yeah. I mean, I've never seen a guy stop on a dime and cut and go across the grain the other way. Hips squared, straight up.
Man, what was so great about it was Bill Belichick had so much respect for him. And he, after the game, he came and told me, literally said, man, look, literally, even after we lost, and he never really talks to anybody after the game, but came up and said, man, 300 guys will miss that same tackle.
Oh yeah.
That same day. So he said, you'll be okay. So I'll never forget that. That was one of my moments.
Yeah, that was a very good. I go back to watching games as a kid in the stands at Shea Stadium with the Jets. So I go back a long way with that team, and that was one of those. It was a big year because they were coming off the 1-15 Richie Kotite debacle, and the Tuna was in town, and things were as soon as he came in, it was a big thing. But I want to talk about the Fan Control Football League because that's why you're here, man. I tell you, I got the press release sent to me in an email, and I was very intrigued, and I have a lot of questions, which I'm sure many folks that speak to you about this do. The main thing I want to know is, when exactly does it start? The site doesn't say.
Yeah. We've been going kind of back and forth on the actual start date, but we're it's still June, either the 1st or 2nd of the week of June. So we're just kind of tightening up a little things, and people, the one thing I have to say about all of our fans right now, they've been so really kind and supportive of what we're doing. I mean, you've got a very small group of people trying to create something that's never been done before, and we are literally running 2 different companies side by side, a tech company and a sport football company. So we have a lot of work to do and a lot of good things to do, but it's been exciting, and so we're excited about it. It'll be next year, first or 2nd week of June.
So it's going to be teams that you're going to be playing at the same place in a Vegas arena, which has yet to be determined. But now, are the teams going to be any cities connected to them? Or is this just going to be different names for the teams that are all going to be based out of that one place?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you think of the business model of that, I mean, you've got all these new leagues, popping up, and they've got to worry about going to all these different, cities and travel and all that. We're being smart about this. We are putting all of our teams playing in the same location, so we'll be sharing all those same resources, which is awesome. But then we can control the environment, so we know exactly. Problems we had last year was we were playing in different stadiums that just couldn't handle our technology. So now we'll be able to do whatever we want to do in our own stadium. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, now it was pretty interesting. The Screaming Eagles was kind of like the prototype of this whole league that they played in an indoor arena football league. One of the arena. I love arena football. It's very different from the regular 100 yards, obviously. But my local team was the New York Dragons of the AFL. And they folded a few years back, and I used to go to the games a lot, and I really enjoyed the fast pace of that game, and the hard hitting and the boards. It was just different. So now that's kind of the model of fan controlled, right? It's going to be like an arena style, right?
Yes, but we want to get away from that whole arena league, I guess, reputation or whatnot. We're wanting to do something a whole lot different. I mean, we're treating this almost kind of like a video game in a box, a sporting league in a box. Being able to control that environment, allowing our fans to know what's going on at all times. Being a part and connected to their team. And you asked this question. I'm trying to get back to that question a little bit, but how are these fans connected to these teams?
Yeah.
We're bringing on some really great people. I don't know if you've seen some of the great announcements we've had, but one of our team captains that will actually be the voice of the fans, Marshawn Lynch, Mr. Beast Mode himself.
Yeah.
We also
Big
have Richard Sherman. He'll be actually another.
I did
captain.
see that.
So Yeah. So we're going after guys that understand the game, that are cerebral players, that these fans can be engaged with, and really getting to understand the sport of football. Everybody's like, fans calling plays. Man, how many coaches call bad plays? I mean, I've been coached by many coaches that had bad plays, and we're dealing with a different fan now. We're not dealing with the fan like you and I grew up. Sitting with our dad, drinking a Coke and eating a hot dog. We're dealing with fans that are downloading, the roster, checking the
fantasy
report,
Yeah.
Playing Madden. Yeah, so you're dealing with a different fan. So we want to be able to put them in the same positions that we would a head coach, offensive coordinator, a GM, or an executive.
And you bring up the name Sherman and Lynch, and it's interesting because these are active players. It's not even like I know a lot of the, and I'm going to get into that in a moment. You said there's a lot of leagues popping up, spring type of leagues, and they have a lot of retired, even recently retired NFL players involved, which is great because obviously, these guys know the process and everything. But you guys are bringing in active guys. So how is that going to work out as far as with their commitment to their regular, job, their team, and this?
Yeah, and see, and that's a great thing. That's a great question. And they're not going to be the actual coaches that's coming in on a daily basis. We're working on an actual, on the sideline, exactly. But actually, more so, that's the greatest thing about what we're doing is that all the players or all the people that would get involved don't necessarily have to be here. Like, look at what we're doing right now. We're having an actual meeting right now, a virtual conversation or whatever you want to call it, and we're being able to interact and people are being able to watch. This is how we want the interaction with our team captains, but we're also going to get former players involved as well on the coaching side. So you're going to be able to sit. You're going to be. Last year when we had the Screaming Eagles, we had a situation where we had a coach go down. So I was forced to literally go live in Salt Lake City, Utah. My wife really loved that, but really go live in Salt Lake City, and I had to help out the team and be one of the coaches. So some of the times I couldn't make it. So we had to try to figure out, what could we do to, Ray can't make it here every week and staying down there for 4 or 5 days. What do we do? So we said, you know what? We're going to pay somebody to hold a camera, and I'm going to be at home, and I'm going to watch practice, and I'm going to coach the guys live as they're practicing right there.
Virtually.
So we had somebody hold the camera, and I was just literally going through the defensive backs. Drop your hips, flip your hips, high point the ball. Strip, and so they're hearing this from me, but they're hearing the voice of the person that was there. So we're wanting to have that same type of environment and bringing in like a former player, like a virtual head coach, and he's actually the one, the guy, the actual coach that's helping the fans to understand the roster, to understand why we're putting these plays in, to look at practice film, to actually mentor these players. I mean, that's the biggest thing that I think I was able to do, was to be able to connect with younger players that they look at me and go, man, he's been there, so let me listen to him. So that's the type, we want to have both those types of engagement from virtual head coach to player, but also fan to virtual head coach, breaking down that wall so fans can actually engage with the people that they love to watch.
Now, it's obviously the name kind of is self-explanatory, but how are the fans going to control different things going on? Is it going to be like live time? They're going to be sending, they want to see this type of play or this player? Like, just elaborate a little bit on that, right?
Yeah, so during the week, we're gonna we would treat it like we would have a regular practice. You would come in, you would come into a Skype video.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about the itinerary. We talk about who was hurt, and we're listening to the fans as they're speaking, because they have some really great comments and questions and suggestions. We could never find when we had these Screaming Eagles, we could never find a kicker. And that was so difficult, and people kept getting upset about that. Like, we could find a kicker, and they start sending us, YouTube clips of kickers that was like, hey, my uncle can kick, man. Like, bring him on the team, So, but that's the environment we want. We were like, look, man, we don't have all the answers. We need your input. We want your input on absolutely everything we did. There was a situation that happened last with the Screaming Eagles. I know you remember the name Greg Hardy. He wanted to kind of reignite his football career, so his agent reached out to us and was like, "Hey, man, we see all the media you guys are getting. Greg wants to kind of reignite his football career." And we were like, half of us were like, the other half was like, man, let's do it. So we said, you know what? Let's put it up for the fans to make this vote, because it was a serious decision. He had gotten kicked out of the league because
he's had a lot of issues.
Yeah, he got kicked out of the league for a domestic assault situation with the NFL dealing with constantly now.
Yep.
But if we would have signed him, we would have been amazing immediately. So that was a difficult decision for us to make. So we put it up for the fans to make that decision, and 51% said they didn't want him on the team.
So that was it.
You then allow fans to be put in a position as an executive that would have to make that decision on a daily basis. What if my forward gets a DUI? What if my running back gets in a domestic violence situation? What if this guy's charged for rape? What do we do? I know one thing: the fans never have a say so, but in our league, we're allowing our fans to have that say so.
That's pretty cool. The whole Greg Hardy thing, and if I had a vote, I would have said no. I take things like that very seriously. I'm going to ask you a question.
You were, Joe. I tell you, bro, it was one of the most scariest. I was getting emails from Facebook friends of mine, like, bro, I know you're not going to let that guy play for your team.
Good for you. You know what?
I can't make. I'm not. Do you understand the concept? I don't make that decision. The fans make that decision.
Yeah.
And it was really gripping, and it was really awesome. It was a really shocking experience, but it was really awesome to go through.
The NFL has taken a huge hit PR-wise for many reasons. A lot of it has been the domestic violence situations, other off-the-field incidents, the whole national anthem protest thing. I know the XFL came right out and said they will not allow protests. The Alliance has not addressed that straight out yet.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to put that to a fan vote as well and have that become something, or are you just hoping it's something you don't have to deal with and just focus on the positive?
Well, number one, we're going to always focus on the positive. But number two, being a former player and being a fan of Kaepernick and understanding what he was truly understanding what he was trying to do, I 100,000% stand by it and respect it. We're going to allow our players to be them, like, be you. Look, I cannot stop you from being you. You can make the decision if that's what you want to do, then absolutely do it. The fans will make that decision. Do we want to deal with that player? That's your prerogative, and we will put the fans in that position. If we have a lot of disgruntled fans that don't appreciate what that person is doing, hey, that we could have a player come out with a big swastika, I don't know, on his chest, and our fans may not like that. Then get rid of them. You just never know. So that's we're going to allow we're going to allow our players to be players, but also be brands. This is a chance. This is what I love about what we're doing, because it's so different from all the other. I mean, look. I love all these other leagues that are coming up. You know why? Because football is great. And there's enough football out there for everybody. People don't understand. There's only 300-400 guys in the NFL. There's so many jobs out there to play football. There's so much great football out there to play. So fine, let another league pop up. But the difference between our league and everyone else is we are taking this on a digital environment. We are focusing on the digital fan. We're focusing on an international base. We're allowing our players to to once they used to have to play and build up an audience, we'll be playing around with people all across the country. The NFL has been trying to get around overseas for years.
Oh, forget
They've
about
done
it.
one,
Yeah.
games,
NFL Europe,
a couple games a
World
year.
League.
A couple games a year. We had over 100 different countries, 100 different countries that knew about a football team, an indoor football team in Salt Lake City, Utah.
And we're watching it on Twitch. I guess you had it on there, right? That's the platform.
Exactly, and that's in which they will be our partners going into 2019.
I saw that on the site. So 100 different countries
and again,
represented
that's what makes
on
it
that.
so cool. Yeah, and that's what makes it so cool, because it's, we're taking this on like a video game. We are going to for the new fan, the digital fan, the esports fan, the gamer, the Madden player, the fantasy football guy, the cerebral player that just wants to understand X's and O's, the player that just wants to be around cool football stuff. That's the type of shit we're trying to do.
Yeah. So now you're saying the fans could say they don't like that player. Okay, player's on the team. He's playing for whichever out of the teams you have. All right, so you have 8 teams total. The guy is on the team, but then he's doing something that the fans don't like. It could be anything, an off-the-field incident or something. So do they get a chance to, get rid of a guy week to week as a fan vote?
Absolutely. So, so we say we have 8 teams, but technically it'll be a 9th team. The 9th team is our what we call our practice squad. So those are going to be guys. That's going to be a rotating door of guys that we're going to keep trying to test in. I got this from Bill Belichick, Bill Parcells, by the way. My rookie year. I'll never forget this, bro. My rookie year, and we were coming off of a game, and it was a Monday, and we were coming in to work out, and then all the team was on the field, but as he was giving us this pep talk, I was looking to the left, and it was other guys in there, and I was like, and that's why I bumped Aaron Glenn. You remember Aaron Glenn?
Of course, yeah, sure, 31.
I'm like, hey, G, who are those guys in the locker room?
The taxi squad,
he looked at me
right?
and said, those guys are here to take your job.
Yeah, they're waiting.
I was like, I never knew what that meant. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what we want. That ninth team is going to be rotating players that we're going to allow our fans to pick from and say, hey, okay, quarterback, you've been pissing us off for the last 2 weeks, and that's it. You're out. Peace out. We've been working on this quarterback over here in practice squad. He's been out here doing it, completing balls in practice. Let's bring him up.
Now, obviously, you said there's a lot of players available, and of course, that the answer is yes to that. We can see that because of a lot of these leagues coming up. What do you think of the caliber of type of player that you guys are looking to go after? Because there's another spring football league that that just popped up recently. With Ricky Williams is involved in that. Yeah. So there's going to be 4 spring/summer. Count yours is starting a little later than the other guy. So there's 4 new leagues coming up within the next 2 years. Yeah. So how do you? I'm hoping that everybody survives, because listen. I want to watch football, and I would love to watch you guys, the XFL, Ricky's League, and AAF. So what kind of caliber play you think you guys are going to get? Because yours is different than their game, if you will.
You know what I laugh about when people say that? I went back. I was at the Tampa Bay Chicago Bear game, and I was looking at the starting running back, Tariq Cohen. Mm-hmm. Do you know where Tariq Cohen went to school?
Where? What's
North Carolina A&T? You didn't even know. North Carolina A&T. Yeah. Listen, this is the thing and everybody talks about caliber of players. I say that, how hard is it to figure out who is a first-round draft pick? How hard is that? It takes a real football guy to understand the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th round is where I can get that diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
And I learned that from Bill Belichick. Bill's always put together teams of guys that were football players.
Yep.
I don't give a damn how tall you are. I don't give a damn how fast you are. Can you do what I ask you to do and do it for us to win championships?
Yep.
That's what we're going to be looking for. I don't care if you 5'2", but if you catch the ball and you getting 100 yards a game, I don't care.
Yeah.
You are my why. That's what we're looking. We're looking for those guys, those diamond in the roughs, the guys that get passed over, that are just a little bit shorter, a little bit leaner, a little bit this, and those. You know what? Those are the guys that end up getting popped up and end up creating more experiences and more time for them to play after that.
Yeah, because now they're hungrier because they know they need to make it happen, especially in football. It's a short shelf life. When you get to a certain age, it doesn't happen. So you got to go for it when you were young. Josh Johnson's a good example. He got drafted first. So obviously you're nodding, so you know where I'm going with this, right? Now he bounced around the league: Jets, Giants, Dallas. He, a handful of starts, maybe mostly a preseason guy. Right, got picked, protected in the first pick of the AAF draft, and then they're allowing him to go. You can break your contract, go to the NFL, which obviously we see what happens. Now he's starting on the Skins, but I did hear, I contacted somebody in the AAF, and they're saying he's supposed to come back to the AAF once the Skin season is over. But that would give him a decision. Now let's say somebody goes, "We like you, we want to give you a camp invite." Does he go there and chance getting hurt, or does he stick around the NFL?
I 100% believe that there's no way he's going back unless he gets waived. Look, that's exactly, and I hate to say it. And first of all, I was with Marshawn and Josh the day he got drafted. Okay. We had lunch right before he went over there, and don't get me wrong, he did sign with the AF. They weren't the ones that got him there to the Washington Redskins. He was one of the top quarterbacks that was out there on the streets. Yeah. But that is exactly what these leagues should be doing. You should be opening up opportunities for them to go to the next level. If you're not doing that, what's the whole point?
Exactly.
All the players that are out here, look, that play for the CFL, the AFL, the IFL, the FCFL, they're all trying to get to the next level.
Of course, the show.
And so if you're not setting them up to do that, if that's not for me as the head of football, my biggest dream is to one day to wake up and I see one of our players that some fan found, and then now he's playing for the Chicago Bears, running down on special teams. Come on, man.
I agree with you. So you basically are taking the same attitude like that if they get an offer, which you guys are starting in June, training camps are opening up in July, right?
Yep.
So there's a good chance.
He can be our starting quarterback and be smashing and just being amazing, and then gets to try out for the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah. Peace out. Give me some love. Congratulations. Good luck. And
go
keep
for
in
it.
touch.
Yeah.
All right. Absolutely.
Cool. That's cool. Yeah. And no, I agree with you on that. When I said caliber, I really didn't mean it like in like low caliber. I just meant it's kind of, there's so many leagues now. So there was always a diamond in the rough. I mean, listen, Johnny Unitas was found playing semi-pro sandlot football. Okay, it's one of the greatest of all time.
The IFL still lives on Kurt Warner coming out of that league.
Yes. So
if us with being with the Screaming Eagles and to see how we competed in that league, I know for damn sure we're going to be able to find somebody that can go to the next level. We actually had Don Unamba, our starting safety. He's starting with one of the Argonauts, or the CFL team. Okay. We had two other guys got signed with AFL teams, and we had one guy had a tryout for the Green Bay Packers, but he didn't make it.
All right. Hey, listen, he got noticed, though. That's the whole thing.
That's it.
There's good film.
We're literally, my whole goal is to allow players to be players and to be able to create exposure for themselves so they can possibly get a chance to play at another level, whether it is NFL, AFL, CFL, whatever.
Yeah. That's so cool, man. So you guys are gonna when do you think there's gonna start being some, like, because I know you guys haven't played tryouts, you have a lot of that stuff listed. When are we gonna start seeing, and when is the fans gonna start getting involved as far as voting and things like that?
Yeah, so I'm about to hit the road. My first tryout is on the 12th of January in Brayton, Florida, at IMG Academy, and pretty excited about that. After that, we're going to Atlanta, Columbus, Ohio, Texas.
Yeah, I saw Vegas. The whole list. You're all over.
We're going all over, and we got a last one on the West Coast. That's going to be legit. I can't put it out there right now, because I think when we do, everybody, it's going to be legit, and I'm super excited about it. So, but cool. I'm about to hit the road, and what we're going to do is film all these tryouts. So the fans will be able to see these players. So that's the cool thing about it. So once we upload all this, fans will be like, I like this guy, I like that guy, great. We're going to put those players up into a training camp in May. And all the guys that we end up inviting to training camp, that will allow the fans to pick and choose which players they like based off of all the videos.
And how are they going to get allotted to those 8 teams? How are you going to say, okay, this player is going to play on this team? Are the fans going to pick for the teams themselves?
We're having, yes, I'm sorry. We're having
a draft, right?
Yeah, so we're going to have a 10-day camp, and the training camp is really going to be us kind of working through all, the players, working together, and it'll be like a massive training camp. So they won't be selected on teams anymore. It'll be, hey, Group A, Group B, Group C, D, E, F, G, and Group A against Group C today, Group D against F today, and we'll just allow the fans to see players compete against each other, and then they can make their choice. And then after the training camp, we're going to have an actual draft, and then they'll be allowed to pick their players from there.
Dude, you got to keep me in the loop on this, and I definitely want to shoot out to Vegas and watch a couple of games, man.
I got you, dog. Hey, you come up, we're gonna have a good time. I'm already telling you that now. We're gonna have a good time, bro. And our fans are they're gonna have a good time. That's the thing that I love, man. Like, being able to talk to people. Man, we had what we call a virtual front office meeting last night. It's the VFO, and it's kind of like our core group of people. We kind of tell them what's going on before they knew about this interview before all the fans do. They really help us kind of construct everything, and man, to hear their excitement about how when we told them all the things that we had coming, it was just energizing for people that we didn't even know all around the country, still haven't met, and they're wearing our T-shirts, and we're talking on a periodic basis. It's unbelievable. I cannot wait to add my Gridiron Brothers a part of this. And I just I was a nobody in the NFL, and I saw how my fans,
Oh, you were not a nobody, bro. You played for
when
years and different teams. Guys, you were there, man. That's all that fucking matters, bro.
That's when they get some of the guys that we got lined up, man, it's gonna be pretty exciting, man. I love it because I know hearing their voices yesterday and hearing their questions was really it was inspiring. It was like, man, they're still, everybody's still for us. It was a good feeling. It felt like a team.
Yeah.
So.
The site is FCFL.io, fancontrolledfootballleague.io. And what is your own? You want to throw out your Twitter or Instagram or anything? Shoot, man.
Man, yes.
Plug away.
If you guys want to follow me, I'll follow. Look, I'll follow you back. Ray Austin 36. You never know who you meet, so anybody that follows me, I'll follow you back. That's my Facebook, that's my Instagram, my Twitter.
Okay.
You can go to rayaustin36.com, check me out, see some of the cool stuff I've done, man, and
excellent,
and some of the non-cool stuff I've done, and we just know each other.
Ray, I'm excited about this, and I could obviously you're like very giddy and everything. You're like a kid on Christmas morning, and Christmas is right around the corner. So I like to thank you so much for joining us on MSTV, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we will be in touch in 2019. And like I said, I'm going to be covering this league. Everything you guys get, I want shooting my way, and I will post it and talk about it and cover it, man. I want to be your go-to guy.
We got to do this more, baby. We got to do this more.
We shall.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Ray Austin.
Power to the fan.
Thanks a lot, man. Have a good one.
You too.
How you doing? My name is John Sikoris, and this is Sharice Sikoris, and we're the owners of Titan Medical Center.
Monica Flowerbomb Garcia.
All right. the champion, making her way to the cage. Monica Flower Bomb Garcia with the belt wrapped around her waist. Oh! Came loose there briefly. Could that be a sign of what's to come? 14 wins and 2 losses. An incredible career record there. A wrestler hailing from Monterrey, Mexico. Take a look at the tail of the tape there. 5 foot 2 inches tall, so she'll give up 1 inch of height, but 160 pounds. She will have a 35-pound weight advantage over her opponent. She is strong. She is powerful, hence the name Flower Bomb.
Wait a second, what is going on here? Oh my goodness.
What the heck is, what is that about?
Where's security at?
Just rushing up on there and grabbing the derriere, let's say, of Monica Garcia.
I didn't see any security, but I saw Gene Rep standing in there, our cage official there, and was able to kind of act as security at that point. So kudos to her for jumping in there and being quick on the scene.
Where was security?
Security should have got that.
We've
I hope
never
they're
seen
grabbing
this
guy.
happen.
I hope they are just dragging the guy, and I hope he's getting a couple elbows behind the building right now. Unreal.
Wow. Thankfully for our cage side inspector there, things could have gotten bad.
That could have been real bad.
All right, well, back to hopefully Flower Bomb Garcia isn't distracted there. Hopefully she can put that aside. Back to business at hand. The once over there, getting ready to step into the cage, looking to defend the LFC title.
Yeah, hopefully that didn't play in her head. Hopefully.
She seems okay right now, but that's a bizarre moment to happen again. Once again, thankfully we had somebody there to handle business.
Wouldn't it be great if you could have a cheat meal without having a cheat meal? Well, now you can. The guys over at Master-Rice have come up with these Rise Buddy snacks. 0 grams trans fat, made with brown rice, gluten-free, baked not fried. It's like putting your hand into a big bag of crap potato chips, but coming out with something that tastes better and is good for you. My favorite is the pizza for obvious reasons. Check out Rise Buddy over at master-rice.com. And thank you
Steve Shoey Shoesmith and his ungodly feet
for being a title sponsor. Chris Brah! Chris, you gotta make a video about the Thailand bodybuilder.
Joe Hyataro.
Kill yourself. Dan, the dopey ass bodybuilder in Thailand.
Hyataro.
Dan who?
A little hater bitch.
Something is a little fishy.
Hyataro.
Jerk, dopey jerk off. If the bodybuilder in Thailand called me a pussy, I would feel really bad.
A little hater bitch. Hyataro.
Stupidity. I don't feel bad for people that do stupid shit to themselves. In Colombia! How about you fucking get a job with medical coverage instead of becoming some fucking whatever you are in Thailand? You're a fucking dunce. What a fucking berce merda.
Hey, listen, man. I'm letting y'all know, we don't just do this shit to play around.
I came here to be pushed. Sometimes you gotta go out your own jungle, go to somebody else's jungle, get your shit together, rise on top. Iron sharpens iron.
1 + 1 is 2 in every language in America. Same word. There's Bruce Banners, and then there's Holmes. Nobody touching it. Ain't nobody touching it. Ain't too many niggas doing 6 places, man. Doing 6 places, man. 6 times 45, man. Plus another 45. I don't get that. I don't get it. Let's go.
killed Manhattan. I take my games to the Bronx, the big niggas. They ain't got nothing for me down there. I know Jim Gang got something for me to sweat. Let's see what they got.
I don't understand these niggas, man.
Y'all want to trade?
Niggas be 190.
Y'all come trade with us. That's all I'm going to say. Proof's in the pudding.
And we are out of time once again. Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of MSTV. We will see you here exactly in 1 week, every Tuesday. Subscribe here, Muscle Sport TV on YouTube, and you'll never miss an episode.